Jonesboro Road. If you'll bow with me, I'll return thanks. Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful fall day. Thank you for all of our blessings. Thank you for leading us to be Rotarians so that we can serve our community and the world. And we ask that you bless us for your service. Amen.
Amen.
So, do we have any announcements?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Peggy has an announcement.
Wait a minute.
This is the last weekend of Baskerville. It's hilariously funny. David can tell you all about it. So I hope you can all come and see it. Ticket sales are a little light, so we'd love to encourage people to come this weekend. And our first weekend was Street Fest, so that weekend was a little light, so we need to make up some ticket sales this weekend.
It is great.
It's very funny. And don't forget to start getting your tickets for Rotary Night for A Christmas Story, if you intend on coming.
Saturday, December 9th, we'll have the balcony. So when I saw Peggy earlier, I thought I need to go on up there and get my tickets. And I'm going to start sending out emails regularly, reminding folks. And we got Pittsboro, Siler City, and Sanford, inviting all those too. And you do not have to be a Rotarian. Invite your friends, your family, because I think there's about 100 seats.
Mm-hmm.
And we would love to have that balcony full that night. And thank you, John.
You can use, I'm sorry, season tickets, but then the theater doesn't get any money, and the Rotary doesn't get any money. So if you use your season tickets, why don't you bring a couple with you and buy their tickets? And it's kind of a buy one, get one free kind of.
Great idea, great suggestion. I've got an announcement. Thursday evening, November 9th, is the foundation banquet in Greensboro at Curry Center. And Carolyn and I are going. Terry is going. He's bringing the guests. And I think Mr. Miller, were you going to go to the foundation banquet?
Yes, sir. I bought a ticket.
So we have at least 5 from the club for one, so that's a great turnout. But if you want to do it, if you want to go, go ahead and register soon on DACDB because there's a cutoff. I think sometime next week is the cutoff to go ahead and get signed up. So we have good representation there. Anything else? I think I heard that backpack was kind of light for volunteers, so I'll try to do better next month. Well, yeah, next month.
It went well
We were lucky. There was other volunteers that came in,
Okay.
and someone had done some packing the day before, so we only had to do a little under 300 instead of 500.
Okay, we'll move on along to bragging bucks. Wayne?
though.
No.
Why would
You better brag. Not me.
Well, I'm gonna brag on
I'm afraid I
Wayne.
won't get out.
The Tar Heels broke my heart Saturday night. And, first thing I thought of after the game was there's one happy person. And I thought of Wayne. So congratulations.
We played hard tonight.
You sure did, and y'all deserve the win. But yeah, I wasn't expecting Carolina to lose. That was, you know.
Yeah, 24.
Now they're going to Georgia Tech, and I'm expecting them to lose. The shine.
They'll probably be undefeated for the rest of the year.
All right, does anybody have a bragging buck? Okay, Mr. Miller.
I don't know if anybody was dumb enough to watch the Cleveland Browns game on Sunday. It was probably the most ridiculous football game I've seen in years, but somehow or other, they won. It was kind of a miracle. And As I said, I had successful tooth surgery on Tuesday, and I am starting a new protocol on Friday to see whether I can moderate this stupid MG crap stuff. Whatever.
Okay. Good luck, hopefully it works.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah. Bill mentioned that the club did real well with the polio events at Camelback and Smoke and Barrel. I think each place is going to cut us a check for polio for around $300 a piece. So, Tuesday night, I wasn't able to make it to Smoke and Barrel, but I was at Camelback Tuesday, and it was like Saturday night, all night long. It was, I couldn't believe the business that he was doing. And, so I think our promotion, plus there was a lot of Rotarians there, a lot of Sanford Rotarians were there also, so that went real well. Well, are you ready, Mr. Miller?
Certainly.
Well, Mr. Miller, Jim Miller, does not need an introduction other than he's a great member of our club and he is passionate about Shelter Box, so he's going to give us an update on Shelter Box.
Thank you, kind sir.
Thank you, Jim.
And I thank all of you and Jonesboro Rotary Club for being such great supporters for Shelter Box. As all of you in this room know, Shelter Box is a little over 20 years in the business of providing disaster relief aid. It started out as a Rotary project and quickly overwhelmed the Helston Lizard Rotary Club in the UK, and it became a standalone charity in the UK. It spread out through Rotary to other countries. In fact, there are 16 other countries that are now Shelter Box partners. We started out as a Rotary project down in Florida, but it was quickly overwhelmed and it became a standalone charity. It is now Shelter Box USA. The whole idea was a box about this big, about 3 by 3 by 3, that basically had a tent and all the stuff, the essential items that a family of 4 would need if their house was destroyed. So you could basically open the box, put up a tent, have shelter, have sleep, be able to eat, be able to cook, do all those things. Well, that was a great concept. However, we found out very quickly that the box was very quickly was too much, that it wasn't being used. When we went back and checked, we found out there were significant items that were not being used. So we changed the focus of Shelter Box. Number one, before we deliver anything, we go figure out what's needed. Number two, then we deliver what we believe was needed. And then number three, we go back 6 months later and find out if it worked. And in each case, we've realized we've continued to modernize or improve what we are providing. And a good example is we moved from the box, which cost $1,000, to a shelter kit, which basically would enable people to make minor repairs, replace a roof, etc., of their homes so they could stay in place. The reason that's important is in the third world, they don't have deeds. Possession is 9/10 of the law. If they leave, they lose. They don't want to leave. They want to stay right where they are. So anyway, So I've got a whole other presentation with all of this information, but I thought it would be better to give a review of what's going on right now. You know, what Shelter Box is doing, so that you can see exactly what kind of items are being delivered and where they're being, and whom they're being delivered to. Second thing, we made a decision over 10 years ago that we would go to the places where the big guys don't go. So where the Red Cross goes and sets up their glorious distribution centers, we stay away from it. We go out in the hinterlands. We go out where people don't normally get support. So we concentrate on those with the greatest need. So that's another emphasis that we have. This shows you where we. There's one other item that I want to talk about very, very quickly before I go. One of the items that we found out that we needed was a good solar light, because light is very important where there is no electricity. This was developed by two young ladies who created a company called Illuminate, and this was first distributed in Haiti in 2010. And we delivered as many of them as they could produce. We have continued to produce and distribute Luminates, and in fact, they have now advanced. There is a new format, and the new format has a USB port so you can recharge your phone. Because as you can appreciate, even people that don't have much have phones, and communication is very, very important. All right, this is where we've been. Chad, we have been in Chad in a number of cases and circumstances. Excuse me. And you can see that we've been working with the UNHCR, and there are constant arrivals in Chad from neighboring countries that have significant issues. And Malawi had a major typhoon this past year, and we're currently looking, put over 1 million people in support, needing support, and we're looking at putting together a package for 1,300 families. Turkey and Syria, as you can appreciate, the earthquake in Turkey and Syria was absolutely devastating on all kinds of levels. We have we were able to put together a package that Turkish Airlines delivered for us that directly supported 2,000 families and basically gave them a winterized system of where they could get out of the weather last winter. And so that was done, and I don't know if there's anything ongoing right now or not. But Syria is another issue. We have been in Syria longer than any country in the third world. And we continue to deliver aid to Syria and Syrian refugees. As you can appreciate, that is a very difficult situation. Whoops. And we have, since we started 12 years ago, we have distributed aid in some form or another, and most of it, many of it, is winterization. It's hard to appreciate how cold it gets in that part of the world in the middle of winter. And we actually developed a line of winter jumpsuits for children that we had developed and we distributed. And so that's one, but we can't keep up. There are far more refugees than we can take care of. As you can appreciate, life is very, very difficult in the Ukraine right now. And we last fall we distributed 12,000 mattresses, water, blankets, and hygiene, solar lights for over 6,000 families, and we provided hygiene items and cash to Ukraine refugees who went to Moldova. And so over the past winter, we supported over 7,000 families last fall, and we're looking to support another 6,000 this winter. Pakistan is another area that has had devastating floods, and it's just amazing. And in fact, it's an ongoing issue there. Every year, it seems to be that they've got major floods. And this is an example of what was distributed most recently in terms to support over 5,000 people. It's just a list of the items. And as you can see, here's another example of tailoring our aid to basically provide the maximum relief that we could provide to the people who are displaced. This is another magic area where people are in the process of killing each other. And there's over 1 million people who are basically displaced, need shelter, and what can I say? So we are in fact working this. This is what we have done in the past, and we're looking at other opportunities. One of the problems with Burkina Faso, with so many areas in Africa, is access. It's the ability to get there, not only with our aid people, but with aid agencies. It's not safe. So Burkina Faso is one of those areas where it's extremely, extremely difficult for anybody, including and shelter box included, getting there.
Where is that again?
What?
Yeah, Africa, but I can't remember your map, but that's the first I've ever heard of this country.
It's another one of those that they make new names for.
Oh, okay,
I'll show you the main map.
okay.
When I finish up, I'll go back to page 1, and then we'll be able to see exactly where it is. And Cameroon, Lake Chad Basin is another area that has a significant number of refugees that have come in, and as you can see, they originally had a refugee camp. They were hoping to support 35,000 people. They've more than doubled that number, and it's really, really very, very difficult to provide, to basically keep up with the need of the refugees that are moving into Cameroon. And this is an example of what's been done in Cameroon. Excuse me. Cameroon is much like Syria in the fact that it's an ongoing project, and it's where the people who are being killed and displaced in neighboring countries are running to. So it's the refugee population is a growth factor. And no matter what we do, we can't keep up. We just try to do the best we can. And we can't go to Cameroon. It's not safe for us. We have to use another international agency. And one of the things we've done, specifically in Africa, is that we've established relationships with aid agencies that we trust. We don't just take it and drop it off. And as I said, we always go back 3 to 6 months after the delivery and verify. We may not physically go back, but we actually make sure that what we're delivering is being used for what our intent is. One of the things we want to make sure our donors know is that their money, your money, is not being wasted. That we're ensuring we're doing the very best we can to make sure that every penny that comes to Shelter Box is basically accounted for to the best of our ability. Cameroon is another long-term problem. Excuse me, I don't know why I got all this. Ethiopia is a cast of thousand, which is another. Ethiopia is one of the places that feeds Chad very much, and this is an example of what we've done in Ethiopia. And one of the other issues with Ethiopia is that it's so unstable, it's not safe for us to go at times. And so that's one of the things, one of the reasons we haven't been there since 21 is that it's not safe. We don't have an agency that can go there, and we certainly can't go there. It's not safe for us. And one of the inherent problems with Shelter Box is we're Caucasian, we're white, and we don't blend in very well in many of these countries. And so we have to be very, very careful where we go, what we do to protect our resources and to protect our people, to make sure. So it's a two-edged sword, as you can appreciate. And this is an example. This will show you where part of all that goes into Sudan, Ethiopia, feeds into Sudan. Mozambique is another conflict. And you read the newspapers, you know the drill, that countries have a propensity to change leadership on a regular basis, and when they do, the regular population pays big time. And so this is another one of those examples. And as you can see, we've done households of shelter kits, etc. We're working on a project to support 6,000 more families. And Somalia is a very, very, very interesting. We've been in there for a long time. It's a function of there's just no water. And so that's one of the major issues. And Yemen, another example of what we've done. So, and you can see, right. Let's see if I can get this back up. I just ran out of my batteries, just went dead. There's Burkina Faso right there. In the Horn of Africa right there. So, there you know.
Talk about trying to help
Pardon?
Pakistan too early, probably. No, we're not Pakistan. Strip.
Oh, we are in Morocco. We're negotiating with Morocco. One of the issues in Morocco is it's a Muslim country and they're not really too keen on dealing with white Christians. So Morocco has been a real issue. We've been on the ground for over 6 months, and we've received no permission to deliver anything at this point. We are not, or have not been, even included in the Gaza issue. So, and for all practical purposes, it's probably not safe for us anymore.
Yeah.
So the only aid that has gone in are those major trucks, as you see in the news, that are from major relief agencies, and we just don't have access, and so we don't really know what is needed. It's sort of a shotgun approach right now, the aid. So we really have not had any opportunity to be part of any kind of solution, and we probably will not. That's basically my thought process. Questions, comments? I thank you all very much for your support. I thank you all very much for being Jonesboro Rotarians. I thank you all very much for being Rotarians. You know, I, like Mr. Spivey, think it's probably one of the best things I ever did. And so, thank you all, and have a wonderful day. And if you don't have one of these luminaires in your home, you're missing a good thing. I have 3 of them. In the last 9 years since I've been at Carolina Trace, 3 times the electricity's gone up. 3 times I've blown up my luminaires, and they lasted longer than the outage.
What do we have to do? We go to Amazon?
No, just go to luminade.com. Luminade.
Luminate.com.
Luminade.
How long do they stay charged though?
This on the low on the high setting, that's about 6 hours. And on the low setting, or the night light, it's 12 hours. And as you can see, it also has an emergency.
What I really mean is, you're not using it every month or every 6 months.
No,
It's in a closet somewhere, and then the electricity goes out.
well,
You charged
normally,
it before it went into the closet.
Normally-
Will it last?
okay, that's a very good question. Normally you get a warning from Duke.
Okay.
And when I get a warning from Duke, I make sure that I take them out and put them on the deck and charge them up.
That's
And
a great idea.
and,
That'd be a great Christmas gift.
and I've given those to all of my kids.
Wayne, that'd be a great gift for you to give me.
It's got orange on it.
For my birthday.
It's got orange.
Yeah. So anyway, basically, they're in my bottom right-hand desk drawer, and occasionally I'll open that drawer and say, I haven't charged these recently, and I'll take them out, put them out in the sun for the afternoon.
So,
And
you just set them out, that's all there is to it.
all you have to do is send them out in the sun. That's it.
Okay.
That's simple.
Well, thank you, Jim.
My pleasure. Thank you. That's it.
All right, well, good program. I wish we had more attendees today, but, are you gonna try to do, at least a partial program on, to the Satellite Club?
I told David that I would bring, that I would talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
Yes.
As well as Potsy Gold tickets. Go well.
I will bring my pots of gold tickets for that.
Okay, all right.
That's November seventh?
What's that?
That meeting is November seventh?
Yeah, first Tuesday in November, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, next, let's see. Neil, would you mind closing us with four-way testing, please?
Four-way thing, test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right.
Let's hope they never take.
See, I can do it.
Oh, yeah.